Hi everyone, my name is Martin. I'm a PhD student at the chair for Media Informatics at the University of Regensburg, and today I will give a talk about physiological and perceptual responses to athletic avatars while cycling in VR. This paper is co-authored with Florian Habler, Valentin Schwind, Paweł, Woźniak, Wolff and Niels Henze. We know that modern VR technology allows the user to embody avatars. Through a first-person perspective and visual motor synchrony through motion capture or other tracking technologies, we can induce a feeling of being the avatar, acting from within the avatar and accepting it as the virtual alter ego. This phenomenon is commonly known as the body ownership illusion. Since VR can render the avatar in any desired style, the user can therefore embody virtually any possible appearance. This virtual embodiment of avatars that differ from the physical self can trigger an effect known as the Proteus Effect. Alluding to the versatility of the Greek god Proteus, who was said to be able to change his shape at will, the Proteus Effect describes behavioral, attitudinal and perceptual changes due to the embodiment of the virtual avatar and its salient characteristics. Therefore, we were wondering whether this effect can be utilized from an HCI perspective to positively affect the user in VR sports applications or immersive exergames. We have already conducted a study which was published at Play last year, where we embodied participants and avatars with different degrees of muscularity, from non-muscular to muscular. In this study, we found a systematic relationship between the avatar's muscularity and the perception of effort. We used the established Borg RPE scale to assess the perception of effort, and this scale was originally defined to estimate the heart rate while multiplying the measures with 10. For example, a perceived exertion of 11 should approximately match a heart rate of 110. Therefore, we were wondering whether avatars can also affect physiological responses to physical effort. This time, we wanted to investigate physical effort on an ergometer bike. Therefore, we tried to systematically design appropriate avatars by using the two primary fitness indicators, body fat and muscularity. We increased both parameters in 33% steps. This procedure resulted in 16 female and 16 male gendered avatars. Then we ran an online survey using mTurk to evaluate the avatars with 74 participants who rated them based on the following measures: resting heart rate, speed and time. We presented renderings of the avatars and the participants had to estimate these measures while imagining being the avatar. Then we averaged the scores per dimension and created these heat maps. Afterward, we determined the best, worst and medium avatar, resulting in a non-athletic, medium and athletic version. Now we had the avatars and were able to investigate whether an avatar's athletic appearance can really affect physiological responses to physical effort. We conducted a study in a within-subject design with 24 participants. The participants cycled following a standardized exercise protocol on an ergometer placed in our VR laboratory, and we created a virtual replica and placed it in the virtual environment. They embodied avatars of their identified gender with a non-athletic, medium and athletic appearance and had the feeling of cycling in VR. We took the following measures: the heart rate, the perception of effort, the sense of presence, the body ownership, and the self-perceived fitness as a manipulation check. Let's have a look at the results. We found a significant main effect of gender and body on the perceived exertion and replicated the findings from our first study. Now let's have a look at the heart rate response. For both female and male participants, they had a significantly lower heart rate during the exercise while being embodied in the athletic avatar compared to the medium and non-athletic avatar. Regarding the cool down phase in the last 5 minutes, something seemed to happen, so we can see that the systematic effect during the exercise did not occur during cool down. Let's wrap up the findings and conclude this talk. We found a systematic relationship between an avatar's athletic appearance and the perception of effort. We also found that athletic avatars can decrease the heart rate response during exertion. However, we also found significant differences between the body ownership ratings. Therefore, we cannot definitely conclude that these effects are caused by the avatar's appearance or by the experienced body ownership. Overall, we conclude that avatars which are perceived as physically fit and athletic can decrease the perception of effort, and that psychophysiological impact of avatars may be a promising opportunity to positively affect the user by reducing the physiological exertion during the exercise and therefore potentially increasing exercise adherence. With this, I conclude this talk and welcome your questions.